Hello there and welcome. In a world that feels more and more uncertain, so many of us are looking for a way to build a more secure future. Today, we're going to explore one of those paths, building a second income. Let's really break down what that means and what it takes.
I want to start with a quick story. It's about a family of silver anklet makers. For generations, they never had a single day without work. But just recently, the price of silver shot up so high that their customers just stopped buying. And for the first time in their lives, they had no income. It's a pretty powerful reminder of just how fragile financial stability can be, right? That one single change shook their entire world. So it makes you wonder, what happens when we're facing not just one, but 5 of these pressures all at the same time?
You see, that story, it's really a window into a much bigger reality. There are these huge systemic challenges, these quiet pressures that are building up all around us. So let's break down the 5 hidden pressures that are shaping the economic landscape for so many in India's middle class right now. Take a look at this number, 29.1%. Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just some abstract statistic. It tells the story of millions of people. This is the unemployment rate for graduates in India, and a number that high tells us that something fundamental has shifted. This right here, this is a really startling paradox. We've always been told that education is the key, right? Go to college, get a good job. And yet, the data shows this incredibly troubling trend. The more educated you are, the higher your chances of being unemployed. A degree that was once a promise of security now often leads to complete uncertainty, with millions of qualified graduates ending up underemployed. And here's the second pressure, technology, and specifically AI. Artificial intelligence isn't some far-off concept anymore. It's here, right now, and it is automating the exact kind of entry-level jobs that have always been that first step on the career ladder. We're talking basic coding, customer support. These roles are literally disappearing, creating this massive skills gap that our education system is really struggling to keep up with. And then, of course, there's the third pressure, that financial squeeze we all feel. For almost a decade, middle-class incomes have basically been flat, while the cost of everything has gone up. We're seeing household debt rise, but it's not for things like buying a home or investing. It's debt for survival, for rent, for EMIs, for daily expenses. It's that feeling, you're making a decent salary, but you still feel like you're just treading water. And the final pressures? Well, these are the ones we live with every single day. Worsening pollution means we now have to literally buy things like clean air and water. Basic necessities are now expensive. At the same time, there's just this widespread mental exhaustion. An entire generation is feeling completely burned out from insane work cultures, the constant hustle of the gig economy, and the nonstop pressure of social media. And let's be honest, a mentally exhausted generation can't possibly build a stable future. Okay, that sounds like a lot to deal with, and it is. But here's the crucial point I want to make. Whenever there's great change, there is also great opportunity. So let's shift our perspective for a minute and look at an area that isn't just surviving these changes, but is actually thriving because of them. Now, this graph tells a completely different story. While all those traditional sectors are facing these huge challenges, the network marketing industry in India is on this powerful upward curve. It's projected to cross 64,500 crore rupees by 2025. This isn't just a little bit of growth, this is an explosion. So, what in the world is driving it? It's the rise of the wellness industry. In a post-pandemic world, people are more focused on their health than ever before. We've made this huge shift from just reacting to sickness to proactively seeking wellness. Things like immunity, self-care, and preventative health, they aren't niche interests anymore. They're mainstream priorities. And that has created one of the most resilient and fastest growing markets in the entire world. So inside this massive wellness wave, there are countless opportunities. But what we really need is a path that's credible, that's stable, and that's backed by real science. So let's take a look at a company that offers exactly that. Meet 4Life Research. Now, this isn't some new company just jumping on a trend. They were founded way back in 1998. They actually call themselves the Immune System Company because their entire focus on wellness products that are built around a really unique patented technology called transfer factor. And that scientific foundation, that's what really sets them apart. So what exactly is transfer factor? Well, think of it like this. It's education for your immune cells. It's designed to work in 3 really simple steps. First, it helps your immune system recognize potential threats more effectively. Then, it helps it respond to them faster and with more precision. And finally, it helps it remember those threats for the future. It's all about making your body's natural defenses smarter and way more efficient. So, where does 4Life actually fit in the wellness landscape? Let's quickly compare it to some brands you probably know. While companies like Amway and Herbalife are huge, their markets are also incredibly competitive and pretty saturated. 4Life really stands out with its super sharp focus on immune science and its patented tech. The company sees this as a huge advantage, especially in a market like India, where there's still a really high opportunity for new partners to get in early.
Okay, so we've talked about the challenges out there, and we've talked about a potential solution. But let's bring this all back to what really matters most. What could this opportunity mean for you personally?
The model itself is designed around building multiple streams of income. This can be things like retail commissions when you sell products, commissions that come from your team's volume, and even potentially residual income from ongoing customer purchases. The whole system also includes bonuses and incentives to reward you for consistent effort.
But the transformation, it goes so much deeper than just finances. It's really about a shift from that feeling of being stuck, of being totally uncertain about what the future holds, to a feeling of empowerment, a feeling of actively building your own future on your own terms with your own effort. It's about taking back some of that control.
So, the key takeaway here is that this is about the whole picture. Yes, of course, it's about earning a stable second income, but it's also about improving your own health and helping other people do the same. And along the way, you develop these incredibly valuable skills in things like communication, digital marketing, and leadership, skills that are going to benefit you in every single area of your life.
Now, if this path is resonating with you, the next question is pretty simple. How do you begin? The good news is the journey starts with clear, actionable steps that you can take, well, today. The path is laid out in 4 key steps. It all begins with training to build your skills and your mindset. Then you join 4Life to get access to all the tools and products. From there, the focus shifts to building your own personal brand online. And finally, to growing your network by helping others get started. It's a system that's designed to be simple and replicable.
You might be wondering, okay, but is this really for me? And that's a totally fair question. Let's take a look at who this opportunity is really designed for.
This is for students who want to start earning while they're learning valuable skills. It's for gig workers who need to diversify their income. It's for working professionals who want to build something on the side without quitting their job. It's for homemakers who need that flexibility. And honestly, it's for anyone who's just passionate about health and wants to turn that passion into a real purpose.
You know, we started this whole explainer talking about some really big problems, but I want to end on this powerful idea. The challenges we face, they were created by human decisions, and that means they can be fixed by new decisions. You have the power to make a new decision for yourself, for your family, and for your future.
If you're ready to explore that new decision, you can start by simply reaching out to the Wellness for Life Academy. The journey towards building a more secure, a more healthy future, it always starts with just a single step. Thanks so much for your time.